So today our experiment is disintegration test for tablets. So on the evaluation of paracetamol, we are doing different evaluation test. So one of the test for the evaluation of paracetamol is disintegration test. What do you mean by disintegration? Okay, so what is disintegration? Why we are doing disintegration test for tablets? What is disintegration? Breaking down. Okay, so breaking down of tablet into small particles. That is called disintegration. Then we are measuring the disintegration time. Disintegration time for tablets. So we are preparing different types of tablets. So the disintegration time will be different for each tablets. For example, we are taking uncoated tablets, end coated tablets, film coated tablets. So the disintegration time will be different on each tablet. Then in which tablet we have to conduct the disintegration test? In which type of tablets we should not conduct disintegration test? We are doing disintegration test on certain types of tablet and we are not conducting disintegration test as a quality control test for some type of tablets. Which are they? We are not conducting disintegration for those tablets. Okay, effervescent tablets. Then chewable tablets. Why we are not conducting a disintegration test for chewable tablets? Because it is already disintegrated in the mouth. So we are conducting disintegration test for tablets which are swallowed. Because after swallowing we cannot measure the disintegration. So that's why we are conducting disintegration test only on the swallowed tablet, not on the chewable tablets or on the tablets used to prepare solution or tablets used vaginally. There are different categories of tablets. So swallowed tablets we are conducting disintegration test. Clear? Okay. Then how we can conduct? We are measuring the disintegration time for tablets. Okay. What is the disintegration time for tablets? So we have prepared paracetamol tablets IP. So we have to evaluate the quality control set. So you can see the SOP, standard operating procedure for the disintegration apparatus is displayed in the SOP. Okay. So first we will go through the parts of the equipment, disintegration test apparatus. So you can see it consists of a basket rack assembly and it is placed inside a beaker. What is this basket rack assembly? What is basket rack assembly? You have studied in the theory portion that you have a basket rack assembly for the disintegration test of tablets. Okay, this is basket rack assembly for the disintegration test. So you can see how many test tubes are there? 6 glass tubes. Okay, 6 glass tubes are placed within a 2 superimposed transparent plastic plates. You can see these are transparent plastic plates. There are 2 transparent plastic plates placed inside and below between the glass tubes. So these glass tubes are placed in vertical position by the help of these 2 transparent glass plates. And you can see this is the transparent disc, the transparent glass plate, and you can see the holes. There are 6 holes in the transparent plastic. Okay, and these 6 holes are equal distance from the center rod, and these are equally spaced within each other. The distance between these two is same as these twos. Okay, so that is made in these transparent glass plates, and you can see the glass tubes. What is the specification of these glass tubes? These are open at the top, and what about the bottom? They are closed at the bottom by a wire mesh screen, and this wire mesh screen is made up of stainless steel. Okay, and this is 10 mesh size. The wire mesh screen is 10 mesh size and it is open at the bottom. Sorry, open at the top and closed at the bottom. Okay, then we can see the glass disc. You already know about the glass disc. These are the plastic discs. What is the use of this plastic disc? Why we are using plastic disc during the operation of disintegration test? Plastic disc? In order to prevent the flow. That there is a chance that the tablet, if you are filled with water, then the tablet can float out of the tube. So in order to prevent that floating, we are adding plastic disc. You can see there is holes in the plastic disc. Okay. So next, what we do, we have a beaker and it is 1 liter capacity, and we have to fill this beaker. And how much volume we have to fill in this beaker? How much? Why we can take 500 or 600? Why we are not taking 1 liter? How you know how much have to be filled in this beaker? There is a specification given in the Indian Pharmacopoeia that if we know during the operation, this basket trap will have an upward and downward movement, right? So on the upward movement, how much it will travel? That the surface, the tablet will be in this mesh. Then the tablet, during the upward movement, the tablet should be at least 2.5 centimeter below the surface of liquid. And during the upward movement, it should not descend to not closer than 2.5 centimeter. That is why we are selecting the volume of liquid in such proportion. Okay, it should not, during the upward movement, it should not, the level, tablet should not descend to the 2.5 centimeter below the surface of liquid. During downward, it should not descend to the closer than 2.5 centimeter. Okay, so next we will go to the procedure. So what is the first procedure? We will fill the beaker with the medium, and this medium is described in the official pharmacopoeia, Indian pharmacopoeia. On which tablet, if we are assessing paracetamol tablet, we have to go through the monograph of paracetamol tablet. Then we will get the disintegration test and which medium is used in the disintegration test for tablets. Then we will take as much tablets in this, as much volume of the medium in the beaker. Then we will be placing, or we will place the we will place the basket rack assembly in position. Next, what we will do next? Next, we will add, we have to, at a time we have to test 6 tablets. So, we will be adding 1 tablet to each of the glass tube. Okay, we will be adding tablets, then we will add the plastic disc to each of the glass tube, for which we are added tablets, we will be adding the plastic disc. Okay, next, what is the next step? We will switch on the equipment, we will switch on the main. Before that, we have to adjust the temperature. Which temperature? To the body temperature, that is 37 plus or minus 2 degrees Celsius. We have to adjust the temperature to 37 plus or minus 2 degrees Celsius. Next, we will switch on the mains and switch on the motor. I am just doing a sample. You have to do the filling of liquids and then place the tablets. Okay, then it will have this upward and downward movement. Then what happens? Why we are doing this upward and why we are doing, why we can simply place it in the tablet, and why we are doing this movement like this upward and downward movement? Why we are moving this equipment? Because it is simulating the movement in our stomach. We have the movement in our stomach. If you are swallowing a tablet, it will undergo similar movement. So to mimic that movement in the stomach, we have this up and down motion, because this is a simulated setup outside the lab. We are conducting it in the lab. Actually, we are mimicking what happened in our stomach. That's why we are having this upward and downward movement. Okay, so in around 1 minute, it will have a 28 to 32 times the cycle, upward and downward movement. In 1 minute, it will undergo around 28 to 32 times upward and downward. Okay, next we are doing that. Then what we have to observe? What is our observation? Time. So we have to observe each tablet for the disintegration. We have to check each tablet if it is disintegrated. And when its complete disintegration has occurred, we have to note the time. Okay, so there are different category of tablet, uncoated tablet, film coated tablets, and recoated tablets. So the value will be different for each tablets. So for uncoated tablets, what can be the maximum time for the uncoated tablets for disintegration? Maximum time for disintegration of uncoated tablet can be 30 minutes. It can be very short as 1 minute, or it can be, has to be long as 30 minutes, and the maximum limit is 30 minutes. That is, an uncoated tablet should disintegrate within 30 minutes. Okay. Then what about film coated and end coated tablets? What about the end coated tablets? What do you mean by end coated tablets? End coated? It should be disintegrate in the intestine. It is unaffected by the GI pH. So in intestinal pH, we are here taking water. For paracetamol taking, the medium we are taking is purified water. Next, for another one, we are taking gastric fluid, simulated gastric fluid. For end-coated tablet, what we have to take? Intestinal fluid having intestinal pH, simulated intestinal fluid. Okay, then only the tablet should get disintegrated. That we have to check. First, we will be observing in the intestinal fluid. If we have an end-coated tablet, then first we will check it in the gastric pH. It should not disintegrate, right? It should not disintegrate for 1 hour. Then we will replace the gastric fluid by simulated intestinal fluid. Then it has to disintegrate within 2 hours. Okay. So that is how you can calculate the disintegration time using this apparatus. Okay.